you providing for us? Like you just, I just the residents on the left side of those blocks. Who is it coming from? We know that that's the situation of the building. Come on, that's leaving it on.
A number of tenants of the CDC apartments were up in arms over a notice to vacate some of the buildings earmarked for demolition. The dilapidated structures have been deemed unsafe and a public hazard, which must be dealt with urgently. Cell phone footage captured the tense exchange between tenants and an official of the National Housing Corporation on Monday evening at the Castries Town Hall. According to attendees at the meeting, a sum of $2,500 was offered as part of the 3-month notice. The affected residents are not happy and want to know, where are they going to live?
The responsibility of government with all those people inside of the government has a social responsibility for all of us inside of it.
Yes.
All of us. Now that social responsibility cannot be in 3 months. It cannot be come Saturday and then you say that you have to move immediately. That's impossible. That do not happen. Now stop there, Mr. Vikas. I listened to all what you were saying. Now you are telling him, right, to move in 3 months. You telling the people without the consent. And firstly, the question I would like to ask, where does that come from? Because you also said inside of it, right, there was by this visual. That doesn't happen so, my brother. When you work with government, if it's outside, if it's your house, you could tell me move. That's government, okay? It is government. There's a social responsibility.
I know for sure the building is not good for sure. It is true. But our main concern is that when we go, where are we going to go? Nothing is in place for us.
Minister for Housing Richard Frederick, speaking to the press outside Parliament on Tuesday, explains the decision is based on the health and safety of residents and the general public.
About 2 weekends ago, I got a call that part of a balcony was literally falling. Literally falling. As you'll have seen, I had to summon my members of my team to keep it up with props, with steel props. So it's not a situation where I want anybody to leave. We are not prepared as a government to interfere with the comfort of any of the residents of the CDC. However, that has to be balanced with the safety of the occupants.
Are there alternative accommodations that have been made for them that have been asked to vacate in that 3-month period?
No, actually, it was just, I don't know anybody asking anybody to vacate within. So it is not my statement, it is not from me. Obviously, it is a give and take situation. As I will indicate, or as I'm indicating now, we will have discussed with the residents.
So what's the plan? Demolition or reconstruction?
We don't know yet. I cannot speak out of turn. Obviously, it's a governmental approach. We have to look at everything else. This is one building. Another thing we will do, we will take this thing on a case-by-case basis. Those buildings are over 70 years old. They were built in 1948, and they were supposed to have been temporary housing.
The tenants be given some sort of reprieve as they're looking for some sort of new accommodation?
What I can assure you, that under my watch and with this government, the tenants will not be treated unfairly. But I cannot tell you in totality what we will do. It's a give and take situation. We have to sit with them. What will appease them? What are within the limits of our resources? And we strike a common ground. We strike amicability to ensure, one, that the comfort is not too compromised by alternative accommodation, and secondly, they are out of harm's way.
There is no official timeline, according to Frederick, but he says the National Housing Corporation is moving with alacrity to address the situation. Opposition leader Alain Chasney wasted no time in voicing misgivings about the situation.
So why was it earlier this year they were offering the people the opportunity to lease and purchase a building that's not safe? The reality is there have been reports out for many years about the situation of the CDC buildings. But to offer people $2,500 and to give them 3 months notice is shameful. And particularly when a precedence was established in the days of Conway, where UDC offered people land and gave them support to be able to start their home somewhere else. So this is disgraceful, but this is the typical hypocrisy of the St. Lucia Labour Party, right? And that's why I'm saying to you, putting people worse.
The media also grilled Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre on this development. He declined to go into details pending a briefing from officials. However, he acknowledged the problem of providing affordable housing, which has become more difficult given the high cost of materials due to the global supply chain crisis.
The price of a sheet of plywood has gone up by about 100% over the last months. So there is no low income, there is no low cost housing, there's affordable housing. And you know, we just came from, in fact, not we just came, the COVID crisis still with us. The supply chain issues still exist. The cost of materials, they increase every day. What the government is doing is that I think we are looking to reach a limit, a level where we think there'll be some stability in the prices, so we can go into the housing program, the full-fledged housing program. We're looking for some, because the prices fluctuate every day, you know that.
Rationalizing planned development and providing affordable housing for concerned residents have been a decades-long problem ever since the CDCs were built following the Great Fire of 1948. So what of the fate of the worried tenants in the next 3 months, given the urgency of the public safety risks associated with the crumbling buildings? Solange Alfred, HTS News Force.